the Skeeny's always in the background. There's a few other people. But the production value, and I don't know, I think the riffs, I think just I was kind of sort of went, this is where I'm going to go for now. And the new, it's always the new stuff. What was that, Regurgitators?
I like your old stuff.
Oh, no, yeah, it's the opposite of that for me. I like my new stuff better than my old stuff every time. So, but that's probably because the production's just another notch up. I figured out how to get that guitar sound that little bit better. My guitar playing's that little bit better each song, and bringing in. I said in the last interview, probably because you couldn't hear me, but my brother Adam Burnell, he's a '90s kid like you and me. Everything that I love, from the Shiads to the anything. You say that song, he's like, oh fuck, that's like in my top 10. And it's like that's kind of connection. And his guitar playing's brilliant, and he's just such a great guy to work with. A really, really smart, really. He's just good to guide me, and that's good to have, So I kind of produce all this stuff, and he'll come in and he'll learn, and then he'll come in also kind of say, you know what, I think, that's fucking really cool, and that might need to go a bit longer or that a bit shorter, or why are you even doing that soft bit? Fucking let's get rid of that altogether, And I'm like, okay, I'll take the other opinion over mine, because I've had my own opinions on it. I'm so far into it, it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna listen to other people tell me, and then I think it'll make it more original. It has to. And you
get a group together.
Yeah, and then to add to the singer vibe, well, I've got a female vocalist. I'm sort of, I'm going to work with, and like I said, sweet and sour. I want the music's crushing, but you think of Skunk and Nancy. Yep. Where they're not as heavy as probably what I've been writing, but she's got that voice where she sings. I was just listening to Charlie Potato Head in the car. I don't know if you know that song, but I can't remember what album it's off. But she sings so awesomely clean, and the music's heavy. It says it's heavy rock, and I'd like to try and see what I could do with that.
Right.
All the other sort of harmonies, a lot of melody, all the heavy. I can. I've got no respect for my voice. I'll just disintegrate it doing that. That's fine. But for the singer, I'd like to have something smooth over the top of that music, and I think it would be a nice dynamic. Something that's you're going, fuck, this is really heavy, but yet the vocals have kind of not dulled it down. It just evens the keel of the brutality of it. So suddenly you're listening spectrum, and I'm not really worried about fucking who listens and who gives you, who's going to listen and buy and all that. But I would like people to enjoy that wouldn't necessarily listen to something that heavy. Suddenly go, oh, but I can sing this is a great melody, and this is a great vibe, So it's interesting. So I'm not going to give any names. Just that's what I'm doing, and it's cool. And I have 3 songs. I have 49, 50 odd songs sitting there. Out of those 50, I take 20. Out of that 20, I take it down to 5. And out of that 5, I've got 4 of them recorded bitching.
Yeah.
At a
really
bitching. Yeah, as in a band. And out of those 4...
Who's playing guitar on that?
Me.
Wow, man. Really?
Yeah, everything. So, but out of that 4 songs, 2 of them have Adam on them. So Adam's coming down hopefully the end of this week or next week, and he'll put his guitar on the right hand side of your ears, in like the Welcome to Juarez and fucking Disco King, and then that'll open up the mix even more, his tone, and he's got a different feel. He's a different dude, It's not so.
I think you got a good ear for mixing.
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I
getting
really
there.
think it's the stuff that I played in the last one. That's a take.
Yeah.
For me,
absolutely.
for me,
it
I
is
know
too.
you've done more to it since.
Oh yeah. No, I've only added subtle stuff. Yeah.
But I was like,
the core elements there. Yeah.
And you're using like real. When it comes to the bass and drum bits, I'm going. I don't know anything. I'm not an engineer. But I know what I like. I really know what I've listened enough to know what I like. I wouldn't touch it. That's what I mean to say.
Man.
When you get a demo off a mate and you go, cool, it's a demo.
No, this sounds like
this has been done.
Yeah,
what would you do?
That's where I'm pretty much there. Yeah, absolutely. With engineering, because all I can think is, and my whole life in music is, if it fucking sounds good, it sounds good.
Yeah.
What rules are there? You know, there are some sonic rules, and I'm probably breaking like fucking 98% of them when I'm mixing and I'm mastering these things and doing. Oh, now I've done it. And I just, it's to my ears. You know, I'm like, once I put it in a car and I play it through different platforms, you know, the shit's crushing. It's crushing. I don't know. Yeah. You know, like you said, it's like it sounds done. So what more?
But even sonic, when it comes to sonic rules, how many studios have you recorded in where you're paying your $600 to a bloke?
Definitely, man.
And you're a band, and when you're younger, you kind of go, well, he knows everything. Then you come away with that thing, and there's like, damn, there's too much reverb on that drum kit, or
yeah, man, big time.
And maybe he's not breaking the sonic rules.
Yeah,
but everyone has their
big time.
You know what I mean? You have to go with what you think is great.
Absolutely. And I think that's an extra bit of fun that I love doing. It's the fact I can sit there for hours and manipulate what I've got and what I've got going on. And
I've been getting right into lately is I've gotten into it for a long time, but the Streets.
The Streets.
Yeah, Mike Skinner. It's like you're fit, but you know it. It's just like
I've never heard Streets.
Well, what I'm getting at is vocalists who sing in their own slang.
Yeah,
and Australian singer like the Smith Street Band, where he's like, "Ain't no sunshine in technology."
Yeah, gotcha.
It's more like
yeah.
I love that gear.
Yeah,
it's like an American might do it. For us, that's all of America. It has that wherever they're from, you can kind of try and hear it.
Yeah.
But when an Aussie does it in a band, you go, oh man, that is cool.
Yeah.
You're getting away with
distinct.
Especially if it's a little bit punk or a little bit, this is why I am, you know. and especially in the UK, obviously, you know, when you hear some old school bands where they go, oh, geezers and buzz, yeah. I love that stuff.
I just had a band called Hacktivist. Really fucking heavy, but Pommy band, and it's that rap sort of vibe over something more. It's heavy, but it's British. It's British rap, which is cool, and it's done cool, and it's But then again, I mean, that American sort of I think there's a world sound.
Yeah.
You know, for music. You know, and it kind of usually seems to gravitate more to that American, the way they pronounce certain things. But then that's what I love she had, too, because she had, they're a classic. Yeah, they sound like Kiwis, kinda, but they don't. He doesn't. John Tuggle doesn't sing like a American.
No,
he's got a definite vibe, and it is what it's just. That's him,
he's just
fucking
getting those words out. Exactly.
He's just kick ass.
Or it's like, say, me when I'm singing in the something. What comes to mind is all the songs you've heard
definitely
before. Like, so they're 70% American, perhaps, if that's your favorite record.
Probably, collection. Yeah.
So that's
me,
the phrasing of those songs that come out. It's not like it's
yeah, no, totally, man.
Wicked.
But we'll see. We'll see with all that vocal stuff. All
right. So it sounds like you're actually going to rehearse someone real soon.
I am this week. I am, and she's got stuff, and I left it with her, and I mean, it's hard because I don't want to tell. I don't want to tell people what to do. I think I've got a kind of vision of where it could take it, and if someone's got an open mind as well. I've got a lot of ideas that some are shit and some are good and some are, might work well. I just want to work with people together, and share the load, and just go, all right, well, that's rad. And, if I put this and you can do that and maybe we can.
And you don't want to be the guy that over explains it and they're like, oh, geez, I don't know what to.
Yeah,
I had an idea on what I wanted to do and now.
Yeah. It's a fine line, man. I don't want to be sitting there saying fucking do this, do that either. I'd rather explain, this is the concept, this is what I've got, which is what I've just said before, something clean, something seductive, something, with a lot of melody, something you can sing to that's catchy, but with the band just absolutely fucking hitting you with a hammer.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say this again because it's reminding me of what didn't get recorded last time. Is how I'm reading the Steve Perkins Guns N' Roses book.
That's right, we're talking about.
Yeah, and he explained it just like when I read the Rolling Stones Pearl Jam interview. That's how old I am, dude. I'm saying all these old names.
What are you talking about?
Both their singers got tapes, like pretty much Axl Rose listened to 35 songs on Use Your Illusion. I just read this 2 nights ago. For Use Your Illusion, they already had 35 songs. And so they said, come in and listen to them all. And he just went, okay, brang, and there's the album. It's not like they were together. The band came up with these songs. So same with Pearl Jam. And Eddie Vedder sang it to a tape back into another tape. And
that's how it was.
Yeah, so the singer got, I can hear this song, I can hear how I'm going to match it amongst all these tones and the melodies that I can hear my own melody going. And
that would be amazing to have again. As I said this in the last time, that's Tower was exactly that. Tower was Justin, you just let him fucking do his thing. And he'd sit and he'd listen. And it'd take him a while, and it was a reason for that, because once he came in with the goods, it was like, fuck, I remember in Tower, we had another singer before we had Justin. So we had another singer and, we'd done the demo and at this, recording studio in Ashmore. And then the guy who recorded us, Justin had been recording a solo thing at that same studio. And the guy's like, fucking man, his singer's shit, he just can't cut it. The studio's just exposed this guy, and it's like, we're all bummed out, we've done our first demo on a tape, and unbeknownst to us, the next day, he gave the song track, which was Alien Sun, he gave that to Justin and said, have a listen to this. And Justin was like, fuck. So Justin, so into it, goes home that night and writes the whole song, comes back the next day, records it, and we come in to jam. And this guy goes, hey, sit down, boys, and hey, just check this out, and fucking plays it to us. And it was like a completely fucking different song. To the point where, we couldn't believe it. We're like, who is this guy? Right. And it's like, this is fucking like old mate. Instrument. Yeah, this is old mate. It's like, this guy's bullshit, and that's how he operated, It was pretty amazing. Wow. Yeah, very, very, very accomplished vocalist. So like I said,
where's he now?
He is in Sydney. He's an actor as well. He's got a law degree.
I mean, as well.
Yeah, as well.
A law degree. Yeah.
He's got a law degree. He's a good tennis player. He's just one of those guys. You're like, you motherfucker. You're talented as fuck. But he's part of the Australian Theatre Company, which is Kate Blanchett's. So he does a lot of plays, stuff like that. Singing music, he does a lot of his own stuff as well. He's a brilliant pianist as well, guitar player, singer, so he does a lot of his own stuff as well. But I haven't heard, I haven't, at the moment, he's got a few things he's got to do, so that's his thing. But I said in the last interview, every band I've been in, the drummer's been just a brilliant drummer. I've learned so much from every one of my drummers. Stewie drums, Gav, Brendan, Dane from Sunklota, all those guys. They were pretty much the drummers I drum with. And then you got my singers, which are Justin, Skeeny from The Poor, Dave from Black Seed, which is, 3 ridiculous frontmen, 3 ridiculous fucking vocalists. All the guitarists were Jason, who was in over in the States doing his thing, and he taught me the melodies. And Scotty, I played with for 15 years almost, and he was ridiculous. And Luke Attrell, Fleshy, ridiculous. So I've been very lucky to just find my way through that. But, I work my ass off as a bass player too to